Okay, your turn.
When he's really excited, like you saw, he kind of flails his arms a little bit.
Scott Gardner soaks in life's pleasures with the excitement of a child.
There you go.
The splash of warm water. The sound of a plane. The security of a held hand. He looks at life through the eyes of a child because, in a way, he is. Before this picture was snapped, an illness had halted his mental growth, frozen at the age of a 1-year-old.
Thinking about as he grew, he couldn't walk, and we had to be carrying him everywhere, and up steps, down steps, and bathing, and so many things that were such a challenge.
But Tom and Kathy Gardner, Scott's mom and dad, found comfort at a site on a hill where a building was being built. The place was Homeward Bound. The building was in New Hope, and their hope was to finally find a fit for their baby boy.
Sure, we were just thrilled to know that they were building such a wonderful home.
In 1976, Homeward Bound opened its New Hope home to house and provide care for 64 young people. The Homeward Bound of the past was the wave of the future, and the following year, 2-year-old Scott Gardner became a part of it.
Bound. I mean, when we left him there, I said, spoil him rotten, just so I, that's fine if he, they said, if you wake up in the middle of the night thinking about him, and are wondering, did he wake up, or is he covered up, or whatever moms do in the middle of the night, call us.
But Scott slept well, and so did his parents. Still, nothing could prepare them for what they saw one day when they dropped in.
And all of a sudden I opened the front door, and they're at the end of the hall, and the girls are saying, Kathy, stay there, stay there. And I'm thinking, what's going on, And all of a sudden I see that even the lady cook in the kitchen, she peeks out the door like, oh, they're here, and I'm thinking, something's going on, And they had Scott next to him, and all of a sudden she left go. And I'm saying, what are you doing, And she said, Kath, call him. So we stayed at the end of the hall, and we're calling him. He walked all the way down the hall. It was the best day of my life.
Scott has walked miles since his mom and dad first partnered with Jennifer Piper and other Homeward Bound staff.
Hi, Mama.
He and Homeward Bound grew up together, and they both moved on.
Bye-bye. Be a good boy.
We were very, very nervous to move him because we knew that once we moved him, it wouldn't be like, well, let's try it for a week. We knew it was a major move, and we couldn't just go back and say, well, we want his old bedroom back.
Scott shares his new house with just 5 other folks. A vision lit the light above the path to a door. Those who pass through it are changed forever. Stephanie Westerfield entered her new home and has not looked back. A 4-person house that provides her with privacy and autonomy. This is the Homeward Bound of today.
You want yellow?
Stephanie lived her whole life with her mom, Lisa, and the rest of her family, and then something happened. She became an adult. She wanted her space.
In my mind, it was like, okay, maybe she's showing me that she's ready. I think I could deal with this too. You want to see?
See, day-to-day life rarely lent the leisure of what you see here. Raising 4 kids, one with special needs, took its toll.
Like I was worn down. I just felt like I couldn't do it anymore.
Lisa Welton searched for the best environment for Stephanie and found it here in one of 20 homes that Homeward Bound staffs 24 hours a day.
I can't even remember a time out of the whole 13, 14 months that she's been here that I haven't come and she hasn't looked nice. That was always a real important piece to me, that she, I thought if she had a choice, yes, she would have a bath and she would do those things that kids would do at her age.
And watch what happens when another young lady, Stephanie's roommate named Amber, arrives home.
I don't know what it is. Amber doesn't talk either, but somehow they just have this. She just has latched onto this girl and just loves her to pieces, so yeah.
Lisa loves what she sees in her daughter's eyes. Now the fight is against burnout.
And instead of getting easier and easier, it gets harder and harder.
When Dustin Smith was in the womb, his mom and dad knew he'd need a lifetime of support. A twin, he took too many nutrients from his brother Brandon. Dustin was born with cerebral palsy.
Easier. Well, Dustin, he's like taking care of an infant forever.
But a big one.
A big one.
Hey, he was almost 100 pounds.
Between Brandon and Patrick and Noah and Dustin,
It's
Totally crazy. Really.
still, Gary and Teresa say they'll be able to keep Dustin at home until he's at least 18 because of a service they've used since he was 4.
This is it.
This is Homeward Bound's respite care room, a tender, toy-filled room with a bed and 24-hour nursing support a step away. A place to drop off a child for a few days, maybe a week.
Because if I didn't have this respite, I honestly think we would need to place him because I would have no breaks.
Okay, now you can go.
Homeward Bound's respite program allows the Smiths and their other kids to get away, knowing Dustin is in the good hands of staffers like Joe Delmadea Jr. On this night, he holds a boy named Chewy, his first time in respite here.
she used to call all the time, and I think last time he went in, it was like 3 days ago gone by, and she goes, "Oh, I better call and see how he's doing."
The Smiths cherish the 1 week and 3 weekends a year that they can drop off Dustin. It keeps their family firmly together